I wake up one day and Earth is now a game map. A bunch of alien creatures calling themselves players have kicked off some kind of card collecting game. They're slaughtering people in the streets, all just to get their hands on one rare card. Then one day, that rare card lands in my hands. A human's hands. Word is, alien cards can give people supernatural abilities. Out of pure curiosity, I pointed a knife at a dying alien lying on the ground. I stabbed it. Dark purplish slime oozed out. I pushed harder. Crack. The monster convulsed violently, then went completely limp. No signs of life, nothing. Then, from that pool of gore, a card slowly rose up. Blood red, slightly translucent, weightless, just floating in midair. On the face of the card, a single eye, etched in clear detail. I'd read a ton of card discussion posts online, and something felt off. Aren't cards supposed to be silver? What's with this color? I reached out to touch it. The blood red card instantly dissolved and seeped right through my fingertips into my skin. Gone. At the same time, clear text appeared in my mind. Congratulations, card recognized. You are the source of life, mother of the world. You possess a powerful body and an endless supply of strength. As long as a single breath remains, you are nearly impossible to kill. The card's name, though, it was just garbled gibberish. I was still trying to process it when the text suddenly shattered, replaced by massive red letters flooding my entire mind. Warning, incorrect position. The warning made my head buzz like crazy. Then the text shifted again. Warning, you are not a player. Unknown mutation detected in card gene. Pain exploded in my skull. Every single cell in my body started going haywire. It hit me out of nowhere. I clenched my teeth, grabbed the edge of the table, and within 10 seconds I was drenched in sweat. Then my bones felt like they were shattering. I couldn't hold on. I crashed to my knees, cold sweat pouring down. My vision was spinning. Even breathing hurt. Even my heartbeat felt like a stab. I don't know how long it lasted. Finally, the pain stopped. I opened my eyes and stared at my hands, dazed. Nothing looked different. No sign of any superpower either. Total silence around me, like nothing had happened at all. At that same moment, every player received a notification. Hidden leaderboard. Juvenile hive has been born. Threat level. Unknown. All players locate and eliminate the hive immediately. Next morning, I woke up feeling sharp. Better than I ever had. My best guess. My power must be that powerful body and endless strength thing, which is why I feel so energized right now. But there seems to be a side effect. I'm absolutely starving. I remembered I had some frozen steamed buns in the fridge. I grabbed the buns, tossed them in the microwave, then headed to the bathroom to wash up. I scrolled through my phone's trending news. Recently, a deadly alien attack occurred at Times Square. Total casualties, 27. Aliens possess human-level intelligence and refer to themselves as players. They use human bodies as vessels to operate in the world, a process they call logging in. After logging in, aliens typically disguise themselves as ordinary people. Citizens are urged to remain vigilant. Anyone spotted acting suspiciously, call the alien hotline immediately. Tip reward, $10,000. Confirmed kill reward, $1,000. I froze mid-brush. Toothbrush still hanging from my mouth, I grabbed my phone. I heard that right. The government just put out a bounty. Kill an alien, get $1 million. If the alien's on the wanted list, the rewards stack. Up to 8 million max. I couldn't help glancing over at the toilet. If only this news had dropped a few hours earlier, I wouldn't have flushed that rotting alien down the drain last night. That was $1 million gone. Whatever. Gotta keep it moving. I've always been good at that. Finished getting ready, grabbed my hot steamed buns out of the microwave, threw on a hoodie, and headed out. Rush hour on the subway. Packed wall to wall, not a single open seat. I leaned against the window. I'd already eaten all 6 buns on the way, full for maybe 20 minutes. Now I was hungry again. What kind of superpower is this? The message said the card gene had an unknown mutation. Does that mean my power is just eating a lot? My mind started wandering. Looks like I'm gonna have to keep candy and granola bars on me at all times. Can't be passing out from hunger because I can't find food. Next stop, Tianshui Park. I glanced up at the screen, and in my peripheral vision, something. A man at the connector between cars, staring straight at me. Our eyes met. He smiled. Not a normal smile, a wrong smile. The hell is wrong with this guy? He started moving toward me, trying to push through the packed car. Something felt very off. The train pulled into Tianshui Park. A wave of passengers poured out. I moved with them without hesitation, every instinct screaming danger. He looked like a normal office worker, but my gut said one thing. Get away. Now. Was he an alien? I kept walking, kept my ears open. Then someone behind me screamed. I didn't look back. I ran. The crowd scattered in pure panic. The threat was closing in fast. My heart hammered, adrenaline spiking through my veins, my senses sharpened to a razor's edge. In a split second, I leapt forward and hit the ground rolling. A bone blade shaped like a scythe slammed into the floor, barely missed my heel. I looked back. The well-dressed man had transformed. Both arms had become massive scythe-like blades, the killing intent on his face, completely unhidden, eyes wild with excitement. I got up and ran. The alien's sudden appearance threw the entire station into chaos. Everyone sprinted for the exits. The gate corridor filled with panicking people in under 30 seconds, more still flooding in from behind. The crowd swallowed me whole. Then, the alien vaulted over everyone and slammed down directly in front of me. My breath caught. That thing was fast. The scythe swung up, then down. I watched helplessly as the person in front of me lost their head. The alien came for me next. I spun to run, and right then, security guards came rushing in from the side, weapons raised. Gunshots tore through the station. Bullets blossomed across the alien's body, but they barely slowed him down. Even a direct hit to the heart wasn't enough to drop him. It just made him angrier. His face twisted into something feral. He charged the guards like a raging animal, scythe swinging. I ducked behind a pillar, every nerve on edge, mind racing. What do I do? I scanned fast, spotted a red emergency box nearby. While the alien was focused on the guards, I sprinted over, grabbed the fire extinguisher, yanked the pin, and blasted it straight at the alien. White agent shot out like a blizzard. The liquid CO2 turned him into a snowman in seconds. Not lethal, but it messed up his vision. Doesn't matter how fast you are if you can't see where you're going. The alien wasn't just going to stand there and take it. He roared and swung a scythe in my direction, insanely fast. No time to dodge. I threw up the extinguisher as a shield. The bone blade collided with the metal casing and split it wide open. Then the scythe swung again. I twisted out of the way. Even half blinded by the foam, he could still pinpoint my position. The blade grazed right across my shoulder. I turned and bolted for the exit. No hesitation. I burst out of the station. The street was in chaos, with drivers, pedestrians, everyone running and screaming. I spotted a motorcycle on its side. I picked it up and got on. Blood from my wound was running down my arm. I was pissed. The rearview mirror showed the alien tearing out of the station behind me. I gritted my teeth, eyes locked on the mirror. Oh, you're fast! Cool! Let's see if you can actually catch me. I whipped the bike around and floored it through the median, straight into the park square up ahead. The alien gave chase. A second set of insect legs sprouted from his lower body, carrying him forward with a furious screech. Death was right on my heels. Somehow I was completely calm. I maxed out the throttle and tore into the park. I ripped along the riverside trail. A huge stretch of reeds came into view, the river glittering in the sunlight. I rode up to a maintenance shed near the riverbank. Empty inside, packed with landscaping tools and abandoned visitor stuff. Tents, umbrellas, junk. I grabbed a heavy axe. Then I looked up and saw a kite leaning against the wall. A slow grin spread across my face. I picked up the kite too and walked out. I jogged to the riverbank. The bike had bought me some distance. But the alien would close the gap. I climbed over the waist-high railing and slid down the embankment. I tied the kite string taut between two trees along the bank, kicked off my shoes, and walked barefoot into the dense reeds. Both hands tight on the axe handle, eyes cold, watching the distance. The alien silhouette appeared, faster than I expected. Upper half still vaguely human, lower half fully insect, 6 legs churning at full speed, coming straight at me through the reeds like it had X-ray vision. If my position was exposed, the ambush was pointless, but I just smiled wider. Come on, come faster. The moment it lunged, I spun and threw myself into the deep water, half my body plunging under. At the same time, the creature hit max speed and swung the scythe down at me in the water. The blade cut through air. I sank under, then a horrific shriek tore across the sky. I surfaced. The alien had been sliced clean in half by the kite string. Convulsing, wailing. I felt a savage satisfaction. I picked up the axe and walked over, staring down at the dying creature. Blank expression. I raised the axe and drove it into its spine. The mangled body spasmed one last time, then went still forever. 2 silver cards slowly rose into the air. I was about to look at the card art when that crushing hunger hit me again from inside. Almost on instinct, I reached out. The cards made contact and were instantly absorbed. Card obtained, Killer B. Card obtained, Mantis Blade. Mark any living target for tracking. Tracking speed increases as distance to target decreases. Maximum speed boost, 10x. Mantis rapidly reshaped the body, turning limbs into razor-sharp bone blades. Speed and burst power enhanced, but the card holder will lose rational thought and trend toward insectification. The info hit my mind all at once. That's when I realized the fire extinguisher hadn't worked because the alien had already marked me. As long as that mark exists, it can find me with its eyes closed. Now I had both cards. Could I actually use those abilities too? The thought barely finished forming when the text in my mind shifted. Killer B has been digested. Mantis Blade has been digested. Deck has gained +3 growth. You now possess the ability to mark any living target. Mark duration, 12 hours.